It's a beautiful day for baseball deep in the heart of Arkansas. From Hot Springs World-Class High School here in Hot Springs, this is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Oliver. Today's broadcast brought to you by Arvest Bank, Allen Tillery Auto Group, and First Security Bank here in Hot Springs. Today, the National Park Nighthawks enter day 2 of a weekend doubleheader, taking on the Buffaloes of Arkansas Baptist College. Yesterday, on a historic day for baseball here in Hot Springs, the Nighthawks split the series with the Buffaloes of Arkansas Baptist, winning the first game 6-0 and then falling in the nightcap 3-2. You see head coach Dylan Hargrove of the Nighthawks down there exchanging lineups at home plate, and we've got a great game ahead of us today. The Nighthawks will bring Andy Roberts to the mound, looking to get the rubber game here in the series as we look ahead to Game 3. Today will feature 2 games here at Hot Springs on a chilly Sunday afternoon. Andy Roberts, a 6'1", 210 out of Gosnell High School, the former Pirate, will take the mound. Coach Hargrove has a lot of confidence in his pitcher. The Crowder College transfer will come in, and Coach Hargrove is looking at him to help make some noise early here. As you see on your screen, the Nighthawks take the field, getting ready to take on the Buffaloes of Arkansas Baptist. I'd like to thank everybody tuning into today's broadcast. Starting things off in the top of the first inning, for Arkansas Baptist will be Zach Kibler, Mike Coven, and Andrew Morgan for Arkansas Baptist College. On the field for the Nighthawks today, of course, we talked about Roberts on the mound. His battery mate will be Sellers. Over at first base is Cade Stewart. Second base, Panama Jimenez. Over at shortstop today will be Jack Hackney. Jesus Minjarez at the hot corner over at third base. In left field today will be McGee, Jimerson in center, and Mahan will stand in right field as we get ready for the first pitch of today's game. Roberts is going to be warming up here on the mound. Roberts wears number 22 for Nighthawk Nation. Here early on a Sunday afternoon, the fans are trickling in here, getting ready to see the Nighthawks in action for the second straight day. Baseball season has arrived, and everybody's really enjoying it so far. Great crowd on hand for the home opener yesterday. 2 great games of baseball. And Roberts will complete his warm-up here momentarily. We'll be ready for the first pitch of today's game. Got a little wind blowing in on this one here. Wind is blowing out towards home plate, which make things a little bit more difficult for the hitters in today's game. The Nighthawks having a lot of success yesterday. Big hitting days for Jimerson and Hackney and Stewart, really helping spur the offense. And we're ready for baseball here as Zach Kibler will step in for Arkansas Baptist College. Roberts awaits the sign from Sellers as Kibler steps in on the right-hand side. Here's the first pitch, and that one's drilled out to left field. That one's going to get down for a leadoff base hit. Reeled in out and left, and the throw over to second, not in time. It'll be a stand-up double for Zach Kibler to start things off for the Buffaloes today. Mike Coven will step in second for the Buffaloes. And he's got a man in scoring position with no outs here in the top of the first inning. Roberts checks the runner. Here's the pitch home. That one's in the dirt. Able to control it is Sellers. That'll be 1-0. Runner at second is Kibler. Here's the 1-0 delivery. That one fouled. Count is even at 1-1 on Mike Coven. Coven steps in, trending towards the back of the batter's box. Roberts checks the runner. And they'll force Kibler back to second. Here's the 1-1. That one drilled down the third baseline. It'll get down for a hit, and that's going to go all the way back to the corner. One run will come in to score, and it will be a double for Mike Coven. An RBI double bringing in the first run of the game, and Arkansas Baptist will be on the board just like that, 1-0. Two batters, 2 hits, 2 doubles for the Buffaloes, and that brings up Andrew Morgan with the runner in scoring position. Still no outs here in the top of the first inning. Roberts looking to get some outs on the board here in the first. Fires, and that's a called strike on the outside. Roberts shakes off one sign, readying the 0-1 delivery. That'll be a little bit inside, evening the count at 1-1 on Morgan. Hot start so far for the Buffaloes in this one. Kibler doubling, Coven doubling him in, as that one goes high for a 2-1 count. Checking the runner. Here's the delivery. Swung through for strike 2. Roberts really keeping an eye on the runner there. Is swung through strike 3. That'll be the first out of the inning. A swinging strikeout for pitcher Andy Roberts of National Park College. So down goes Morgan. Here comes Kenny Masonette. So Masonette will step in with 1 out and 1 on. Here's the delivery. Just catching the corner for a called strike 1. Roberts taking his time, checking the runner. And the count evens up at 1-1. Roberts doesn't like what he sees out of Coven over at second, forces him back there. Here's the delivery. That one fouled back to the screen. It'll be strike 2. Here's the delivery. That one just outside. That evens the count up at 2-2 for Kenny Masonette of Arkansas Baptist. Here's a swing. Out of play. Now bounce out into the stands, a souvenir for a Nighthawk fan. So 2-2 is to count as Masonette returns to the plate here. Here's the delivery from Roberts. That one connected. It's going to get down into shallow left field, and the Buffaloes will hold up at third. So another single, or the first single of the game, excuse me, another hit. The third of the day for the Buffaloes as Masonette stands at first. Coven is batted over to third. So with runners on the corners, one away, Ishar Vargas will step in. Vargas looking to help out the Buffaloes, trying to get another run on the board here. Roberts checking the runner at first. Here's the delivery, swung through, strike one. Middle infielders Hackney and Mendez ready for a potential double play ball here to get out of the jam. Roberts eyes Masonette over at first. Here's the pitch home, and Masonette's headed for second. Mendez gets down, not in time, and the run is coming home. And the Buffaloes are going to get back on the board. Coven will score on an error by the second baseman. Masonette will make his way to second, and the Buffaloes with a 2-0 advantage. Vargas still at the plate, just one away here in the top of the first inning from Hot Springs World Class High School. Masonette, the lone runner at second. That one connected down to third baseman. Juarez reels it in. Throw over to first to Cade Stewart is in time. There's two away. Coming up next is the sixth Buffalo to step in today. That's Josuel Colon. He's the designated hitter. Wears number 7 for the boys in purple. First pitch will be called for ball 1. Runner at second is still Masonette. Roberts checks the runner. Here's the pitch home, and that one is drilled out to center field. Demias Jimerson skates back and reels it in for the third out of the inning, and that will retire this side. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on for Arkansas Baptist College, who takes a 2-0 advantage into the bottom of the first inning. We'll be back after this. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Today's National Park Baseball broadcast brought to you by Arvest Bank in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. Thanks for joining us. Arkansas Baptist with a 2-0 advantage as we prepare to bring the Nighthawks to the plate for the first time today. And Coach Dylan Hargrove was so impressed with Demias Jimerson's performance in the home opener yesterday. He moved Jimerson all the way to the top of the lineup. So it'll be Jimerson, Cade Stewart, and Jesus Minjarez starting things off for National Park College here in the first inning. Coach Hargrove very excited about his team and the way that they came to play yesterday. Even though that they fell by just 1 run in the second game there, he felt they competed very well against what he considers to be a very good Arkansas Baptist College team, an NJCAA Division I Region II team, and a good test for his Nighthawks early this season. The former Malvern Leopard, Demias Jimerson, will step in, looking to shrink the deficit for NPC here. Today, dressed in their home white uniforms, the powder blue letters and numbers looking really good. On the mound for the Buffaloes this afternoon will be pitcher number 1, Ethan Lacey. As Jimerson's going to step in here. Or excuse me, the pitcher at number 22, Ethan Lacey. As Jimerson's going to get that one down the third base line. Everyone's going to go into the corner. Jimerson is going to hold up at first base. And that's a great way to answer back if you're National Park College trailing 2-0 here in the first inning.
Next for the Nighthawks, number 5, first baseman, Cade Stewart.
So the first Nighthawk is on the base path. That's Demias Jimerson. That brings up Cade Stewart, the first baseman. Over to first is the look from Lacey over to try to keep Jimerson at bay. Not a tough decision there, as Jimerson is very speedy on the base paths. Here's the pitch, and Jimerson is on his way to second, down and out. Jimerson misses it by just a hair. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Jimerson is caught stealing. So that toughens things up for Cade Stewart a little bit, as he'll have to help reset the offense here. Here's the pitch from Lacey. Stewart's going to take it in for a called strike. Next pitch from Lacey is on its way, and Stewart is going to connect out to right field. And sailing under it are the Buffaloes quickly for the second out of the inning. Stepping in for the Nighthawks, the hard-hitting Jesus Minjarez, the former Lakeside Ram, steps in. Looking to represent Garland County with a big hit here. Pitch from Lacey on its way. Minjarez will take it for called strike 1. Second pitch on its way, taken high to even the count at 1-1. Minjarez went yard yesterday, looked really good for National Park College. It was 3-1 late in that second game. Minjarez brought it within a run, but the Nighthawks weren't able to knock it down. And a diving play at third will not be in time. Minjarez will reach first base. Discussing things up in the box here. We're going to signal that to an error at the third baseman. As stepping back in, it will be Sellers, the catcher, for the first time today. Minjarez stands on first with 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. The delivery down away from Lacey. Lacey takes his time, and that one swung through by Sellers, evening up the count, 1-1. Runner on first is Minjarez. Here's the delivery. That one swung through, and that will retire the side. Down goes Sellers swinging, and down go the Nighthawks here in the first inning. No runs, one hit, one error, one left on. We go to the second inning, where the Buffaloes come up to bat, leading 2-0 here in Hot Springs. It's National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Top of the second inning here in Hot Springs, Arkansas Baptist comes to bat with the 7, 8, and 9 man in the order. Leading off will be Francisco Cartaya, as that one is fouled back to the screen quickly for an 0-1 count. Andy Roberts remains on the mound for National Park College. It was a little bit of a rough go for Roberts in the first, as it's 2-0 here in the second. Second pitch is down in the dirt. That one's going to even up the count at 1-1. Great day for baseball here at Hot Springs World Class High School here in Garland County. A lot of people out and ready for baseball season as that one is drilled foul down the right field line. So it'll be 1-2. I'm Mark Oliver. Today's broadcast brought to you by Allen Tillery Auto Group in Hot Springs. Thank you for your support of Nighthawk Athletics this season. Roberts stands at the ready, looking to deliver the 1-2. On its way, that one drilled through Cade Stewart into right field, and that'll be a leadoff single for Cartaya here in the second inning. So the first batter is on. That brings up Parker Freer. Freer steps in, the third baseman for Arkansas Baptist College. No out, one on here in the second inning. And the throw over to first is in time, or not in time, rather, to get Cartaya off the base paths. Roberts delivers for a swinging strike from Freer. Over at first base, you'll see Cade Stewart keeping a close eye on Cartaya. Here's the pitch, or here's the throw over to first, excuse me. Freer is back in time. Roberts looking for the first out of the inning as he throws that one. Freer takes it for a ball. Due up for the Buffaloes in the on-deck circle, Dawson Cook. As Freer helps try to get the offense started in the second for Arkansas Baptist. Here's the pitch. It's high, ball 2. Roberts, the delivery, and that one is going to be just off the mark for ball 3. Count is 3-1. So we pan across the field here. The runner on first is Cartaya. Held on by Cade Stewart. 3-1 delivery. That one's in the dirt for ball 4. So the first 2 batters up hit the base paths for the Buffaloes here in the second. First walk of the day issued by Roberts. And now with 2 on and no out, Dawson Cook steps in from the left-hand side. Runner on second is Cartaya. On first is Freer. Here's the first pitch to Cook. It's high for ball 1. Both Stewart and Minjarez playing in towards the grass on the corners. Middle infield, Hackney and Mendez playing back towards the edge of the dirt. Here's the pitch. That one drilled out to second. Mendez turns, throws to Hackney. Got 1 and 2. It's a double play for the National Park Nighthawks. A great defensive effort there from Mendez, Hackney, and Stewart. And that takes 2 men off the base paths. It does move Cartaya over to third. It's a 4-6-3 double play. And now with 2 away, there's a runner 90 feet away from home. Back to the top of the lineup is Zach Kibler for Arkansas Baptist. Pitch, and that one swung through for a strike. Francisco Cartaya, the runner over at third. And Kibler's looking to bring him in. Here's the next pitch. That one in the dirt, controlled by Sellers. Here's the delivery. Roberts is going to get a slow pitch here, and the throw over to first to Stewart is in time to retire the side. A great effort by Stewart. That takes out the Buffaloes here in the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the second inning where the Nighthawks look to cut into a 2-0 deficit here at home. It's National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Bottom of the second inning here in Hot Springs. The Nighthawks trailed the Buffaloes 2-0. Isaac Rodriguez, the DH, steps in for National Park College. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters as Rodriguez bounces that one down to third. The throw over is in time to retire Rodriguez for the first out here in the second inning. Nighthawks with just 1 hit in today's action. They have had 2 runners on the base paths. And the Nighthawks had a lot of success out of this young man yesterday. He dropped down to 6th in the order. Coach Hargrove looking for a little bit of power down towards the bottom of the order as Jack Hackney will step in, batting from the right-hand side. Hackney's going to foul that one back to the screen. Jack Hackney, the shortstop, 5'10", 170 out of DeWitt, Arkansas. As the next pitch is on its way from Lacey, foul down the third base line. Chilly Sunday afternoon here in Hot Springs. The fans are still trickling in, getting ready to watch their hometown National Park Nighthawks, and that one is drilled out to center field. It's going to get down for the first hit of the inning. Jack Hackney is safe at first with a single. And that'll bring up the right fielder for National Park College. Garrett Mahan steps in wearing number 3 for Nighthawk Nation, gets the sign from Coach Hargrove down the third baseline, and he's going to look to bring the noise here offensively for an NPC. Hackney's the runner at first. Here's the first pitch, and that one's drilled back to the pitcher. Throw over to second, able to get Hackney, and the throw to first is in time for the double play. Down go the Nighthawks, 1-2-3 here in the second. And that'll go to the third inning with the Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes leading 2-0. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Top of the third inning here in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. Mike Coven is going to lead things off for Arkansas Baptist. It's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Buffaloes, who lead 2-0 here in the third. It was a big first inning for Arkansas Baptist, and Andy Roberts delivers the pitch here out to Mendez. Mendez is going to scoop it in, throw to first. Cade Stewart for the first out of the third inning. With Coven out, that brings up Andrew Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 1 today, struck out swinging for the first out back in the first inning. Andy Roberts gets his sign from Sellers. First pitch on its way, and it's going to catch the corner for strike one. 1 away here in the third inning. Next pitch is a little bit too high. Evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1, that one is drilled foul, out of play. And the count is 1-2 on Morgan. The 1-2 delivery off the mark evens the count at 2-2 on Morgan. And off the mark, that's going to load the count. 3-2. Roberts looking for a big delivery here. 3-2 on its way, and it's grounded out to shortstop. Hackney turns and tries to fire over to first base, not in time. An infield single for Andrew Morgan with 1 away.
Up next for Arkansas Baptist, number 2 center fielder Kenny Masonette.
Kenny Masonette will step back in for Arkansas Baptist College. He is 1 for 1 today, had a single back in the first. And with a man on, he's going to look to try to add to his team's lead so far here in the third inning. Roberts checks the runner, delivers, and it's outside 1-0. 1-0 delivery is high. It'll be 2-0 on Kenny Masonette. Delivery. Sinks right on in for a called strike one on Masonette. Brings the count to 2-1. 2-1 on its way, and a check swing called strike two. Runner at first is Morgan. Roberts checks in on him. Here's the 2-2 delivery. That one grounded back to Roberts. The throw to second is not in time, and both runners are going to be safe. So Masonette reaches on an error by the pitcher, Andy Roberts. Morgan is safe at second. And with one away, that's going to bring up the catcher, Izar Vargas, who's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to third base his first time up back in the first inning. But now he's got a savory matchup here with just 1 out and 2 on. Roberts takes a look at both runners. Here's the first pitch, and Vargas is going to ground that to Mendez. Flips to Hackney, over to Stewart, and just like that, the side is retired with a big double play. That'll do it for the Buffaloes here in the third. And no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left. On we go to the bottom of the third, where the Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes lead the Nighthawks 2-0. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Bottom of the third inning here in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. Nighthawks baseball on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for National Park here in the third. Leading off will be Weston McGee, the left fielder. First pitch he sees, a check swing, and I'll say they didn't go around for ball one. Second pitch is fouled back to the screen, evening the count at 1-1. Still on the mound for the Buffaloes, Ethan Lacey. No runs allowed. Has allowed a couple of hits for the Nighthawks, who still like to get the offense moving here in the third inning. This one grounded down to Coach Hargrove. Foul. It'll be 1-2. Here's the delivery by Lacey. That one cranked foul out into the mountains. And it'll stay 1-2. One-two on its way, and that one's connected out to center field. Sailing under it back near the warning track are the Buffaloes, and that will be the first out of the inning. So McGee goes down to center field, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Panama Mendez.
Number 7, second baseman, Panama Mendez.
Mendez has had a lot of work so far today defensively over at second. He steps in, awaiting the first pitch, takes the first one high for ball one. One away here in the third. Next pitch on its way. Mendez is going to look it in for strike one. Count 1-1. Mendez looking for something he can drive here. And he'll get tripped up as that one rolls right over to first, and stepping on first base will be the Buffaloes for the second out of the inning. So with two down, that brings the top of the lineup back up for National Park College. Demias Jimerson will step in. Jimerson is 1 for 1 today with a single. He was caught stealing out on the base path back in the first inning. Looking to get things started for National Park with 2 away. First pitch goes just by him. Be ball one. Back to the top of the order. Jimerson is up, and on deck is Cade Stewart for NPC. Jimerson awaiting the delivery. Here it comes, and he swings through for a hard strike. Here's the delivery from Lacey. That one drilled out deep to left center field and up at the wall. The catch is made to retire the side. So some hard hitting by the Nighthawks, just not hard enough. As we go to the top of the fourth inning, Arkansas Baptist with a 2-0 advantage. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Today's broadcast brought to you by First Security Bank in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. I'd like to thank you for joining us from Hot Springs World Class High School. Top of the fourth inning with the Buffaloes coming to bat. It'll be the designated hitter, Josuel Colon, leading off for Arkansas Baptist, leading at 2-0. Andy Roberts still on the mound for NPC as that one is driven out to right field and going back at the track. The catch is not made. It's out of the glove. And rounding around second will be Colon. He will be in at second. So Colon is going to reach on an error out in right field. Garrett Mahan couldn't reel it in for National Park College. So the leadoff hitter is on in Colon, and that brings up Francisco Cartaya. Cartaya bats with 1 on and no outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch on its way from Roberts. Outside, ball one. Cartaya singled back in the second inning for Arkansas Baptist. Roberts checks the runner. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be taken for a strike. Runner at second is Colon as he gets a lead. Here's the move home by Roberts. That one is drilled out into shallow right field. That's going to get down, and they're going to wave Cologne around. That'll be the third run of the ball game for Arkansas Baptist College. As a RBI single for Cartaya brings another man home.
Now batting number 9, third baseman, Parker Freer.
Parker Freer is going to step in for the Buffaloes. He walked back in the second. And already with one run across the plate, he's going to look to add to the damage here in the fourth. Cartaya, the runner at first. The first pitch grounded over to Hackney. A tough play at short, and he can't make it. That'll be another infield single for Arkansas Baptist as Freer will get on and send Cartaya over to second. So the first 3 base runners have reached base here in the fourth inning as we bring up the number 9 hitter, Dawson Cook. Cook hit into a double play back in the second inning. But with 2 men on, he's going to look to try to make some noise here with no outs here in the fourth inning. First pitch from Roberts. That's grounded. Hackney's going to get another chance at diving play, but not going to be able to do a whole lot with it. Another single as Hackney's able to reel it in before it gets to the outfield. That's going to load the bases. So back-to-back-to-back singles for Arkansas Baptist. Now we've got a meeting at the mound as Sellers going to talk things over with Roberts. Bases loaded here in the fourth with no outs. The Buffaloes with a 3-0 advantage. They've already plated 1 run here in the fourth. Roberts and Sellers believe they have the game plan here as stepping in is going to be Zach Kibler. He's the leadoff hitter. He doubled back in the first. He's 1 for 2 today with a run. Bases loaded. Roberts checks the runner. Here's the delivery. That one's fouled back to the screen. Kibler's going to be swinging really aggressively here with no outs. One big hit could blow this game wide open for the Buffaloes. Next pitch on its way, swung through, strike 2. Roberts can get Kibler out here. That's going to take a lot of pressure off the situation. Down in the dirt, taken for ball 1 as Kibler moves the count to 1-2. Runner on third is Cartaya. Runner on second is Freer. Dawson Cook on first for Arkansas Baptist. The 1-2. That one is going to be drilled foul, out of play. Count remains at 1-2 on Zach Kibler as he resets. Of course, the wind blowing in toward home plate had a little bit of emphasis on where that ball went there. Here's the 1-2. Grounder over to third. Minjarez, the play to the plate is in time, and the throw to first also in time. A double play. What a throw by Jesus Minjarez. The Nighthawks get it done, getting 2 outs and relieving a lot of pressure off of Andy Roberts. Impressive. A 5-2-3 double play as Cartaya is out at home. Kibler is out at first. That does advance the runners. Freer over to third, Cook at second. But now 2 away here in the fourth inning. Mike Coven steps in. He has a double, a run, and an RBI in today's game. First pitch taken high for ball 1. Next pitch on its way, swung through, strike one. Count is 1-1 on Coven. Runners on second and third, count even at 1-1, 2 away. Sails right on in for a called strike two. Count is 1-2 on Coven. Roberts gets the sign from Sellers. 1-2 on its way, and it swung through for strike three. That will retire the side. Roberts gets out of the jam in a big way, but not before one Buffalo run crosses the plate. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes lead 3-0. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Bottom of the 4th inning here at Hot Springs World Class High School. National Park due up, the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Leading off will be Cade Stewart, the first baseman. Stewart will take the first pitch he sees in the dirt for ball 1. Stewart flew out to right field back in the 1st inning. And now NPC trailing 3-0, looking to get us started here in the bottom of the 4th. Stewart's going to ground that one out to shortstop. The throw over to first base is in time, and Stewart is retired here in the 4th. Stewart falls to 0-2 on the day so far. Here comes Jesus Minjarez. Minjarez reached back in the 1st inning on an error by the third baseman. Minjarez, one of the power-hitting Nighthawks in the lineup, batting 3rd, as that one is going to miss off the mark for ball 1. Minjarez steps in at the ready, looking to face off against Ethan Lacey. He'll take one for strike 1. Count even at 1-1. Minjarez is going to back up and take that one for ball 2. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. On deck is the catcher, Sellers. 2-1 on its way, and that one will go off the mark for ball 3. Minjarez looking to make Lacey work for it here in the 4th inning. Count is 3-1. Next pitch is on its way. Minjarez will foul it back to the screen for a full count. Full count for Jesus Minjarez. Here's the pitch, and that one is drilled foul down the third base line. Good eye by Coach Dylan Hargrove down there. Minjarez will step out to try to compose himself facing a full count. And he'll take ball 4. Minjarez will be the first Nighthawk on the base paths here in the 4th inning. He'll head on down to first on a base on balls, and that'll bring up the catcher, Mason Sellers. Sellers struck out, was the final out of the 1st inning for the Nighthawk men. And with one on and one out, Sellers looking to make some noise here, down 3-0. Mason Sellers joins the Nighthawks all the way from Texarkana, formerly of Genoa Central, as he'll take the first pitch he sees for strike one. Sellers brings some good size to the Nighthawks behind the backstop, 6'1", 205. His next pitch comes in, and it's going to drill Sellers. He'll take one for the team, and now the Nighthawks have two on with just one away in the fourth. Big opportunity coming up for the designated hitter, Isaac Rodriguez. He wears number 32, and he'll step in. Minjarez at second, Sellers at first, Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1 today, but looking to make good here in the fourth inning. Lacey's going to check both the runners. Here's the first pitch, and it's taken high for ball one. The delivery by Lacey, that one almost hits Rodriguez as he backs away for ball two. Nighthawks with a big opportunity here in the fourth inning. Next pitch on its way. That one's drilled, and it will get into right field. Coach Hargrove is going to send Minjarez down, and a play at the plate. Not in time. Minjarez is out. Minjarez is out at the plate, but that's going to move two Nighthawks into scoring position. Sellers comes around all the way to third. Rodriguez will stand up at second. Minjarez just beat just by a step there. Two away here in the fourth. Here comes Jack Hackney. Hackney singled earlier in today's action in the second inning. He'll take the first pitch he sees for ball one. Hackney brings a big bat here in the middle of the order. Over at third is Sellers. Rodriguez at second. Here's the next pitch. Hackney's going to connect. That one's high. Popped up. Into shallow center field. Sailing under it's the shortstop, and that will retire the side. Down go the Nighthawks here in the fourth inning. As we head to the fifth, Arkansas Baptist leads 3-0. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Top of the fifth inning here at Hot Springs World Class High School. I'm Mark Oliver. Special thank you to my 11-year-old son, Michael Oliver, helping us out on camera in the booth today. Proud dad moment for this broadcaster here. As the Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes lead things off in the fifth inning, Andrew Morgan is 1 for 2 today with a single. Also had a strikeout. Roberts back on the mound for NPC. Next pitch is on its way, and it's taken for a strike. Nighthawks lead, or excuse me, the Buffaloes lead 3-0 here in the 5th inning. They plated a run back in the 4th, and they're going to look to try to add to it here. Roberts takes his time, gets the sign from Sellers. Here's the delivery on its way. It's high. Morgan looking really relaxed there in the batter's box. Here's the next pitch on its way, and it's taken for strike 2. Great crowd on here, including some other Nighthawk athletes. We see Nighthawk women's basketball. We see Nighthawk softball. Everybody out here in attendance to see their Nighthawk baseball team here on a historic weekend in Hot Springs. Morgan goes down looking for the first out of the inning, and that brings up Kenny Masonette. Masonette has reached base both times today that he's come to the plate. Had a single back in the first and reached on an error back in the third. First pitch on its way, and that one is grounded over to shortstop into left field. It'll get down for a base hit. So Masonette reaches base for the 3rd consecutive time today. There is 1 out for Izar Vargas. Vargas is 0 for 2 today. Grounded into a double play back in the 3rd inning. And we've got a balk here that's going to move Masonette over to second. The balk is charged to Roberts. That puts a runner in scoring position with 1 away. Next pitch on its way. That one is popped up high. Foul out of play over the press box for a strike. Vargas will step back in. Runner on second is Masonette. Buffaloes leading 3-0 here in the 5th. Next pitch on its way. That one is cracked high. Foul out of play. Vargas battling at the plate against Roberts here. He's got 2 strikes. Next pitch grounded over to Minjarez at third. He'll turn and fire to first. Stewart makes it in time for the 2nd out. Masonette will stay at second on the play. And with 2 away, that will bring up the designated hitter, Josuel Colon. Colon reached on an error by the right fielder back in the 4th, and he came around to score that run, the 3rd run of the ball game. Colon will step in with 2 out and 1 on. Runner on second is Masonette. Roberts getting the sign from Mason Sellers. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1, looking to get Colon chasing, but he didn't bite. Roberts takes his time. Next pitch is on its way. It's down in the dirt for ball 2. Two 2-0 the count on Josuel Colon. Next pitch on its way, and it sails right on in for strike 1. Three strikeouts on the day so far for Andy Roberts of National Park College. Facing a 2-1 count versus Colon. And he'll step off to try to check Masonette over at second. Masonette singled earlier in the inning, made his way over to second on a balk. Here's the pitch. That one is drilled out into shallow center field. Jimerson's going to get it on the run. He's not able to reel it in. Another Buffalo is going to come in to score. And I think that's going to get down for an RBI single for Cologne, bringing in the 4th Buffalo run today. Masonette comes in to score. It's 4-0 Arkansas Baptist.
Now batting number 16, right fielder, Francisco Cartaya.
Runner at first is Cologne, 2 away. Francisco Cartaya checks in. He's 2 for 2 today with an RBI. Here's the first pitch for Cartaya. He'll take it for a called strike 1. Roberts battling with Cartaya here in the 5th inning, 2 away. Throw over to first, as Cologne will make it back in time. Here's the pitch. It's taken for a ball. Cade Stewart holds on Cologne over at first. Here's the pitch home. Cologne on the run, and that one is going to be fouled out of play. Count is 2-2 on Francisco Cartaya. Cologne makes his way back to first to join Cade Stewart. Roberts at the ready. That one is going to be drilled out into right field, and it is going to get down for a base hit. That's going to be trouble for the Nighthawks. Is coming around third is going to be Cologne. Cologne's going to come in to score, and holding up at first will be Cartaya. I believe he'll have a triple, bringing in an RBI. Cologne comes across for the 5th Buffalo run here in the 5th inning. 5-0 game for visiting Arkansas Baptist College. Cartaya 3 for 3 today. 2 singles, a triple, a couple of RBIs, and we've got Coach Dylan Hargrove out at the mound, and that may be it for Andy Roberts today. Roberts' day is done. We'll get our next pitcher coming up next. We'll take a break, a pitching change here at Hot Springs World Class High School. It's National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Top of the 5th inning here at Hot Springs World Class High School now on the mound for the National Park Nighthawks. Number 99, Alfredo Juarez. Alfredo joins Nighthawk Nation out of New Summerfield, Texas. As the first pitch gets away. As we resume play, Cartaya, the lone base runner for Arkansas Baptist, standing over on third. Here's the next pitch. That one in the dirt for ball 2. And Sellers looking to try to keep Cartaya honest over on the base pass there. They'll let him sail back into third to join Jesus Minara over there. So Juarez on the mound working against Parker Freer. Freer has reached base both times he's come to bat today. A single in the 4th, and he walked back in the 2nd. Juarez delivers. That one's high. $5-0 lead for the Buffaloes here in the 5th. Juarez winds and delivers, and that one will catch the corner for strike. Juarez at the ready, gets the sign from Sellers. Here's the delivery, and that one is drilled deep into center field. Jimerson's going back at the wall, and he can't make the catch. Cartaya is going to come in to score. And over at third base will be Freer. The Buffaloes are going to plate another run on an error by Jimerson out in center. That is the 3rd Buffalo run to cross the plate here in the 5th. It's 6-0. Dawson Cook checks in. He's 1 for 2 today. As a little bit of a miscommunication here between the pitcher and catcher. Sellers and Juarez trying to work some of the kinks out here. Infield coming in, looking to give Juarez a little bit of a pep talk here. Try to calm things down here in the 5th inning. Three hits allowed by the Nighthawks here in the 5th inning so far. 2 singles, a triple, 3 runs have scored. We've seen a balk, we've seen an error. Nighthawks looking just to kind of get back into the swing of things here. That pitch is high for Dawson Cook. Juarez delivers. That one is high as well. Juarez at the ready, winds and fires, and that one will be ball 4 for Dawson Cook. 4 consecutive Buffaloes have reached base here in the 5th inning. As we go back to the top of the order, that's Zach Kibler. Kibler is 1 for 3 today, had a double. Back in the 1st inning, he led this thing off for Arkansas Baptist with a 6-0 lead. Now the runner is going. Sellers can't reel it in. It'll be a stolen base for Dawson Cook. So Cook's at second. Freer is at third. There's 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. That one is drilled high and deep. Out into the outfield, and underneath it is Demias Jimerson for the 3rd out of the 5th inning. The side finally retired, but not before the damage was done. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 2 men left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Nighthawks trail 6-0. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZerosports.com. bottom of the 5th inning here at Hot Springs World Class High School, National Park College coming to bat, trailing at 6-0. Now batting for the Nighthawks will be Sam South. South checks in for Mahan, and he's going to drill one into shallow center field. A leadoff base hit single for South here in the 5th inning. So that'll help get things started for the Nighthawks here early. A leadoff hitter is on. Weston McGee is going to check in for NPC. 0 for 1 today. Popped out to center field back in the 3rd inning. He'll take the first pitch he sees, fouled out into the mountains. "100 years from now, they'll find that one. A fossilized baseball. Here's the pitch from Lacey, and that one's drilled into left field and right into a waiting Buffalo's glove. That'll be the first out of the 5th inning. And now we'll have another substitution coming in for National Park College. Now batting will be number 23, John Fowler.
Number 23, John Fowler.
Fowler bats for Mendez. One on, one away here in the 5th inning. Sam South over at first for National Park College. That pitch is high and off the mark. Fowler takes it. Next pitch on its way. Fowler's going to take it for another ball. 2-1 is the count on Fowler as Ethan Lacey delivers, and that one is going to be taken. And that will be ball 4. So Fowler heads down to first on a walk, South over to second. And now the top of the lineup here for Demias Jimerson. Jimerson brings a big bat to the top of the Nighthawk lineup. He's 1 for 2 today. Jimerson steps in, batting from the right-hand side, facing off against Ethan Lacey. Runners on first and second. First pitch, Jimerson's going to drive it down into shallow left field. Hargrove is going to hold up the Nighthawks over at third. The bases are loaded with 1 away here in the 5th inning. Good hit there by Jimerson. He's going to move South to third, Fowler to second.
Next for National Park, number 30.
And now with the With the bases loaded, Cade Stewart will step in. Stewart with the bases loaded and 1 away here in the 5th. We've got a meeting at the mound for the Buffaloes as they look to discuss the situation here. Stewart is 0 for 2 today. Lacey will stay in on the mound. Jimerson at first, Fowler at second, South at third as Stewart will take the first pitch he sees.
Batting for the Nighthawks, number 5, Cade Stewart.
Count is 1-1 on Cade Stewart. Stewart joins Nighthawk Nation, the first baseman from Lone Oak, the former Jackrabbit. He'll take that one outside for a ball. Two and one the count on Stewart. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nighthawks looking for some offensive production. That one is drilled high and deep out to right center field. And going back at the track, it's made. Tagging up over at third will be South, coming in for the first Nighthawk run of today's ball game. So a sacrifice fly for Stewart. Second out of the inning.
Third baseman Jesus Minarez.
Moving over to third will be Fowler on the play. Jimerson will stay at first. Runners on the corners for Jesus Minarez. Nighthawks on the board, trailing 6-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. Wind picking up here at Hot Springs World Class High School as Minarez faces Lacey, and he's going to ground that one down to third. Reels it in, throws over to first in time to retire the Nighthawks. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for National Park College in the bottom of the fifth. We go to the 6th inning with Arkansas Baptist leading 6-1. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Top of the 6th inning here from Hot Springs World Class High School. I'm Mark Oliver. Today's broadcast brought to you by Arvest Bank. Thank you for your support of Nighthawk athletics this season. Returning to the mound for the Nighthawks here in the 6th inning will be number 99, Alfredo Juarez from Texas, as he's working with Mason Sellers. As the Buffaloes get ready to come to bat, that'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Starting things off will be Mike Coven. Coven is 1 of 3 today. Has a double, an RBI. He struck out back in the 4th. Nighthawks get ready defensively here as Coven's going to step in. Juarez at the ready. First pitch on its way, and it is grounded foul down the third base line for the first strike of the 6th inning. Next pitch on its way, swung through for strike 2 on Coven. Juarez looking for his first strikeout of the day, as Coven's behind in the count 0-2. Next pitch on its way, fired and grounded up through the middle, and it'll be a base hit for the leadoff hitter for the Buffaloes. Hackney's had to work pretty hard out at shortstop today for National Park College. Few of them just out of his reach. Andrew Morgan will step in for Arkansas Baptist. Morgan is 1 for 3 today with a single and a couple of strikeouts. Runner on first is Mike Coven. First pitch comes in for ball 1 on Morgan. Juarez checks the runner over at first. Here's the pitch, and that one is going to be driven high out to center field, shallow center field, and making the run, backpedaling is the catch. A great play made by the Nighthawks for the first out of the inning. John Fowler making an impressive catch out into shallow center field.
Batting center fielder number 2, Kenny
Coven will stay at first as Kenny Masonette will step in. Masonette has a couple of hits and a run. First pitch to Masonette will be fouled for strike one. One away here in the top of the 6th inning. Juarez checks the runner over at first. Here's the delivery. That one is popped high, fouled off the screen. Be the second strike on Masonette. The delivery by Juarez is high, and Sellers going to throw down to first. The throw not in time. But it will keep Coven honest. Runner going. Here's the pitch. And Sellers going to let Coven take second base, uncontested. So a stolen base charge to Coven as a Buffalo sits in scoring position. Here in the 6th, Juarez delivers. That one's popped high, foul, up over around the press box here. Masonette battling. He's got 2 strikes here. On deck is Iser Vargas. Juarez checks the runner over at second. Here's the delivery, and that one is drilled deep, high into center field, and sailing under it is going to be Demias Jimerson for the second out of the inning. Coven will stay at second on the play as Iser Vargas will step in. Vargas, the catcher for the Buffaloes, he's 0 for 3 today. Coven gets the lead over at second. Juarez keeping an eye on his runner. Here's the first pitch. That one is going to be drilled out into right field, and it is going to be foul. Out of play. Count is 0-1 on Vargas here with 2 away in the 6th inning. Juarez checks the runner and Coven over at second. Here's the delivery high. And Vargas did a good job, Matrix style, to avoid getting hit there. Next pitch on its way, and that one is going to be grounded up the middle. Picked up a short throw over to first is in time. Cade Stewart helps make the play, and the Buffaloes will go down in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Nighthawks coming to bat, trailing 6-1. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZerosports.com. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Hot Springs World Class High School's Trojan Field. I'm Mark Oliver. Today's broadcast brought to you by Allen Tillery Auto Group here in Hot Springs. The Nighthawks trail by 5 entering the 6th inning. Mason Sellers looks to get the offense started as he steps in against Ethan Lacey of Arkansas Baptist College. First pitch from Lacey is on its way. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Sellers struck out back in the first. He reached base. He was hit by a pitch back in the 4th. Second pitch he sees is swung around for a miss. Strike 1. Count even, 1-1. Next pitch on its way, and that one's going to be grounded foul down the third baseline. Count is 1-2 on Mason Sellers. One, 2 in the dirt, taken to even up the count, 2-2. Count is 2-2. Here's the delivery, and the count will go loaded, 3-2. Leadoff hitter Sellers looking to get on the base pass here. 3-2 count. Here's the delivery, and it's fouled. Here's the delivery, and taken for ball 4. So with a walk, Sellers will be the first Nighthawk on the base pass here in the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Isaac Rodriguez. Rodriguez doubled back in the 4th inning. Coach Hargrove telling him just to swing away. Over at first base, Sellers is going to tie his shoe, get ready for some action here in the 6th. Rodriguez awaiting the first pitch. First one is on its way, and it's taken for strike 1. Next one on its way, and that one is taken. That would be ball 1, evening the count at 1-1 on Rodriguez. Ooh, next pitch is high, and it's going to hit Rodriguez. He's going to head on down the first. So Rodriguez takes one for the team. He's hit by a pitch. That's the second one issued by Lacey today. And that puts 2 Nighthawks on the base paths with no outs for Jack Hackney. Hackney is 1 for 2 today with a single. Runner on second is Sellers. Runner on first is Rodriguez. Trailing by 5, the Nighthawks looking for some magic here late in the ball game. First pitch on its way. Hackney's going to take it for ball 1. Vargas sends the signals over to Lacey, trying to get him to calm down a little bit here. NPC showing some signs of life late. Next delivery is on its way. Hackney's going to take it for a called strike. Count is 1-1 on National Park's Jack Hackney. Vargas wants a moment to speak with his pitcher. On deck for the Nighthawks, Sam South. South singled in the 5th, came around to score the lone run for the Nighthawks here in today's ball game. Hackney is going to drill that one right up the middle, scooped up over to second. And the throw over to first is not in time, but they will get the runner at second. Rodriguez will be out for the first out of the inning. That sends Sellers to third. Hackney will be at first safely. Runners on the corners for Sam South here in the 6th inning. First pitch on its way, and South is going to take it for a called ball 1. South at the ready, next one coming in, and that's going to be right in the zone for strike 1. Count even at 1-1. Lacey checking the runners. Here's the 1-1, and that one's fouled back to the screen for strike 2. Count is 1-2 on Sam South. Here's the pitch. And it'll be a ball. Good eye by South. Count even at 2-2. Sam South joins Nighthawk Nation from Owasso, Oklahoma, the former Ram, 5'8", 180. As he'll take that one high, and the count is full. So 2 on, 1 out here in the 6th inning, and a full count for Sam South of National Park College. Here's the pitch. South will swing through for strike 3. South goes down swinging the 2nd out of the inning, and that will bring up Weston McGee. McGee is 0 for 2 in today's action, the former charging Wildcat of North Little Rock High School. McGee at the ready with runners on the corners and 2 away. He's going to take it. He's going to drill it out into center field, right into the glove of a waiting Buffalo. And down go the Nighthawks here in the 6th. No runs on no hits. 2 men left on. And as we go to the top of the 7th, Arkansas Baptist with a 6-1 advantage. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Top of the 7th inning here at Hot Springs World Class High School. 6-1, the Buffaloes lead the Nighthawks. And leading things off will be Josuel Colon, the number 6 hitter for Arkansas Baptist College. Alfredo Juarez on the mound. He'll throw a strike with his first pitch here in the 7th inning. Next pitch from Juarez is on its way. That one's popped up foul off the screen. And Sellers saves the day from the umpire, taking one to the top of the dome. Count is 0-2 on Cologne here at the top of the 7th inning. Cologne's had a day today. A single reached on an error, has an RBI, a couple of runs scored. As Juarez delivers, and that one's inside for a ball. Count is 1-2 on Josuel Cologne. Next pitch is on its way. Just off the mark, evens the count at 2-2. Next one is on its way, fouled back. Count remains at 2-2. Next pitch on its way by Juarez, and that one is going to be in for strike 3. Cologne not happy with the call. Cologne will go down looking for the first out of the inning. First strikeout issued today by Alfredo Juarez. Francisco Cartaya will check in, and Cartaya has had a day. 3 for 3, a couple of singles, a couple of RBIs, a triple, a run scored, and a partridge in a pear tree. Cartaya steps in, facing off against Juarez. Next pitch from Juarez is on its way. That one popped up high and foul, out of play. It is 1-1 on Cartaya. Alfredo Juarez winds and delivers, and that one's fouled. One away here in the 7th as Cartaya will step back in. Count is 1-2. Juarez winds and delivers in the dirt for ball 2, excuse me. Two on its way. It's a full count on Francisco Cartaya. Cartaya with a full count here in the 7th inning. Here it comes, and it's in the dirt for ball 4. So Cartaya will go down the first, which brings up Parker Freer. Freer singled in the 4th. He walked in the 2nd. He's reached base all 3 times he's come to the plate today. Runner at first is Cartaya. Here's the first pitch, and Freer is going to jack that one high and deep to center field. Sailing underneath it is Demias Jimerson for the 2nd out of the inning. Great catch made by Jimerson. 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Dawson Cook, the number 9 man, will step in for Arkansas Baptist College. Cook has also reached all 3 times he's come to the plate today. And he'll swing at the first pitch he sees, fouling it back for strike 1. Juarez at the ready. Here's the 0-1, and that one is drilled up the middle. Hackney over at second. Stands on second base, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. Down goes Cook. Down go the Buffaloes. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning where it's do or die time for the National Park Nighthawks, trailing 6-1. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZerosports.com. Bottom of the 7th inning here from Hot Springs World Class High School. I'm Mark Oliver. Today's broadcast brought to you by Allen Tillery Auto Group in Hot Springs. John Fowler will check in, the first Nighthawk batter here in the 7th inning, and they got a lot of ground to make up for, down by 5. As Ethan Lacey looks to complete the complete game win. Fowler looking to get the offense started here. Gets the sign from Coach Hargrove down at third. Be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up for National Park College. There's a called strike on Fowler. I believe the count's 3-1. Demias Jimerson on deck for the Nighthawks as Fowler's going to drill that one right down the first base line. And the race to the bag in time for the Buffaloes for the first out of the inning. Top of the order due up for National Park College. Demias Jimerson will come to the plate. One away in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting for the Nighthawks, number 2, center fielder, Demias Jimerson.
Jimerson's 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles. He bats in from the right-hand side, facing off against Lacey. First pitch he sees, he'll keep it for ball 1. Next pitch on its way down in the dirt. Ball 2 on Jimerson. Here's the 2-0, and it's going to hit Jimerson. Third Nighthawk hit today. Jimerson will take it as he heads down to first base. Not a bad day for Jimerson, reaching base 3 out of the 4 times he's come up. Cade Stewart's 0 for 3 today, but he's got an RBI to his favor. Stewart's going to check on in, facing off against Lacey here in the 7th. Runner at first is Jimerson, and Jimerson thought about heading for second there. Stewart almost got hit back-to-back. Vargas is going to talk things over with Lacey, try to calm things down here. As Arkansas Baptist looks to try to close out a 5-run win. Count is 1-0 on Cade Stewart. Jimerson with a small lead over at first. Here's the pitch. Stewart's going to take it high inside for ball 2. (2-0) on its way, and that one's going to be swung and fouled. Count moves to 2-1. Jimerson, the runner on first for National Park College. Ethan Lacey keeping an eye on his runner. Count is 2-1 on Cade Stewart. Here's the pitch. Stewart nearly hit on that one. He gets down just in time. The count is 3-1. Stewart steps in, awaiting the 3-1. Here it comes, and it's swung high. Popped up deep into the outfield, and out in center field, they're going to make the catch. Stewart is the second out of the inning as he goes out to center field. And representing the last hope for National Park College in today's first game, Jesus Minjarez.
Now batting number 24, third baseman, Jesus Minjarez.
Minjarez grounded out to third base back in the fifth inning. And with Jimerson on first, he's going to look to try to get the offense started here with 2 away in the seventh. First pitch, Minjarez will take it for called strike 1. Next pitch on its way, Minjarez takes it inside. Count even at 1-1. Lacey delivers. Minjarez drives that one deep out to left field, back at the warning track, and it is over the wall for a big home run for the National Park Nighthawks. Minjarez goes yard. A 2-run blast for the Nighthawks. Jimerson and Minjarez will come around to score. It's a 6-3 ball game. Minjarez has his second Nighthawk home run. He went deep yesterday in game 2.
Up next for National Park, catcher number 30, Mason Sellers.
Couple of late runs here for the Nighthawks, cutting it to 6-3. Mason Sellers will step in looking to see if he can emulate it. He's hit by the pitch. So Sellers is headed down to first as things begin to get interesting here in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 away. Minjarez with the round tripper, bringing in himself and Jimerson. Now we've got a bit of a disagreement here. Coach Rich getting into it with one of the officials. Things getting kind of heated here as this one's starting to close up a little bit. So tempers flaring here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll try to reel this thing back in. Mason Sellers is at first after being hit by a pitch, and we're going to have a pitching change here for the Buffaloes. So with 2 away in the 7th, we'll take a break. This is National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZeroSports.com. Back in action here in the bottom of the 7th inning at Hot Springs World Class High School. Ethan Lacey's day is done. Sawyer Webb takes the mound for Arkansas Baptist College. Things getting pretty heated here between the Nighthawks and the Buffaloes late in this ball game. After Mason Sellers was hit by a pitch for the second time today, tempers flaring between the coaching staffs of both teams. 4 hit by pitches total by pitcher Ethan Lacey of Arkansas Baptist College. Trailing 6-3, 2 away. Here's Isaac Rodriguez for National Park College. Rodriguez was hit by a pitch back in the 6th inning. Here's the first pitch by Webb. It's taken on the outside for ball 1. 1-0 count on Isaac Rodriguez, the designated hitter. Webb delivers, and that one off the mark for ball 2. Runner on first is Mason Sellers for National Park College. On deck, should Rodriguez reach, is Jack Hackney for the Nighthawks. 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch from Webb. Inside, just nicking, strike 1. 2-1 on Isaac Rodriguez. Two and one as Rodriguez will swing through for strike 2. The Nighthawks down to their final strike in today's action. Here's the pitch from Webb. Runner's going. It's high and down. Sellers will get down safely at second into scoring position. Stolen base by Sellers. So in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing 6-3, Isaac Rodriguez faces a full count. Big pitch coming up from Webb. Here it is. And it's ball 4. And a big swing from Jack Hackney could tie the game right here. What a 7th inning it's been. Mason Sellers is at second. Isaac Rodriguez is at first. Jack Hackney, he's 1 for 3 today with a single. Webb on the mound. Here's the first pitch to Hackney. He's going to take it for a called strike 1. Hackney looking for some late game heroics here for National Park College. Second pitch, Hackney swings and fouls it back to the screen. Hackney's quickly down in the count, 0-2. On deck, Sam South for the Nighthawks. Webb checks the runners. Here's the 0-2. High, it's going to hit Hackney. The bases are loaded. No, excuse me. They're going to say it didn't hit him. Must have got a piece of the bat. So Hackney will stay in with an 0-2 count. Vargas calls a quick timeout. Here we go. 0-2 count on its way. Off the mark for ball 1. Good eye by Hackney. Battling against Webb with their back against the wall. A 6-3 ball game in the bottom of the 7th, 2 away, 2 on. Hackney. Strike 3 looking, and that'll be the ball game. National Park College will fall by a final score of 6-3. We'll be back after this to wrap things up here at Hot Springs World Class High School. National Park Nighthawks baseball on XZerosports.com. Final score today from Hot Springs World Class High School, 6-3. The Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes down the Nighthawks of National Park College. Nighthawks fall to 1-2 on the season. Got a 2-run home run out of Jesus Minjarez in the 7th inning. The Nighthawks started threatening there, but just weren't able to close the door on the comeback, falling 6-3. Sam South was 1 of 2 for today with a run scored. Demias Jimerson was 2 of 3 today with a run scored. And like we said, the home run, his second of the year, Jesus Minjarez, the 2-run bomb in the 7th inning. Ethan Lacey is your winning pitcher today, as Andy Roberts will take his first loss of this season. And that'll do it for this game here of Nighthawks baseball. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into today's broadcast. Special thank you to our sponsors, Arvest Bank, First Security Bank, and Allen Tillery Auto Group. And special thank you to our cameraman this afternoon, Mr. Michael Oliver. Michael, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
You enjoy your first Nighthawk baseball game, son?
Yes.
You did a great job on the camera. Anybody you'd like to say hello to out there? Tongue-tied. You want to say hi to your brothers out there?
Yes.
Say hi to them.
Hello, Ben, and hello, River. I just wanted to wish you a very good game. I got you baseballs.
Yeah, Michael got a few souvenir baseballs here. Thank you on the camera today, Mr. Michael. Special thank you to my lovely wife, the beautiful Mrs. Hannah Oliver, tuning into today's game. Also with my other 2 wonderful children, Ben and River Oliver. That'll do it for Nighthawks baseball here at Hot Springs World Class High School. Final score 6-3. I'm Mark Oliver. This one's for the Nighthawks. Thank you for watching.